Finally, Buckingham has downgraded Meghan and Harry. There are questions about Archie and Lily, and their 4,000-word profiles have disappeared. Is this the end for the Sussexes? Let's find out in this video. Hello friends, welcome to the King YouTube channel. Despite growing public resentment toward Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, their profiles remained on the royal family's website. Buckingham Palace has carefully avoided addressing why their details stayed online, even though the couple left royal duties 4 years ago and have since criticized the royal family in various media. For a short time, their photos and biographies completely vanished. This change is seen by many as a clear downgrade of their status. Now, Harry and Meghan share a single joint biography with a photo of them looking playful on a beach in Australia. The combined word count is only 577 words. Now, Harry and Meghan are the only married members of the royal family without individual profiles. Harry's profile includes a few words about his birth, upbringing, military career, and work with the Invictus Games. Meghan's profile mentions her acting career, her blog, her patronages as a working royal, and her official titles. This is definitely a step in the right direction, and we should congratulate the royal family. Well done. I understand they need to take things step by step, but it's still a bit bothersome that there's any mention of Harry and Meghan at all. It would be perfectly fine to remove them entirely. The country would celebrate it, and it would boost the royal family's reputation. So go ahead and take them off. Don't worry about their feelings, they certainly haven't worried about yours. This raises a bigger question: where are Archie and Lilibet? There's no information about them. I've often said that Archie and Lilibet aren't real children and that their names would eventually be removed. And look, I was right, there's no trace of either child. Harry and Meghan act so strangely about those kids. They never travel with them and are always traveling either alone or together, but never with the children. They didn't even include them on their first Christmas card. It was just Harry and Meghan in the photo. Several sources have reported that Meghan never had any kids and had a hysterectomy in her 20s. If they used a surrogate, they would need to prove that they used Prince Harry's DNA. A few months ago, the housekeeper said there are no kids living in the Montecito home where Harry and Meghan claim to live. They left the royal family and the UK for their own benefit, and one of the alleged children is American. America does not recognize royal titles, so where is the evidence that these children were really born from Meghan Markle? Nobody knows. It seems like Harry and Meghan are promoting a lie. If there really are children, their paternity needs to be tested. Personally, I believe it's all a lie. I believe Meghan has serious mental health issues and seems very disturbed. But back to the main point: if they exist, neither Lilibet nor Archie can be eligible for the titles of HRH and Prince or Princess. To be eligible for these titles under the current letters patent, one must be a child or grandchild in the male line of a monarch or the child of the oldest son of the Prince of Wales. Unless something drastic happens, Archie and Lilibet's children won't be related to the monarch in a way that makes them eligible for royal titles. For example, Lilibet's children could never be eligible for those titles unless she becomes queen or the rules change. Archie's children, however, would eventually be eligible for the titles associated with a duke. Archie's oldest son could one day hold the title of Duke of Sussex, which Prince Harry currently holds. To illustrate, Prince Edward's daughter doesn't use the title Princess Louise. Even though she is a princess by blood, she uses Lady Louise because her father is a royal duke. Similarly, Archie and Lilibet could use the titles Master and Lady. Additionally, Archie has the right to use one of his father's lesser titles. It really depends on what the parents want. When Archie and Lilibet were born, Meghan and Harry didn't announce them with titles, claiming they didn't care about them and wanted to live independent lives. They said they didn't want to be working royals anymore, which made sense. However, it's disingenuous that after moving to the US, they insisted King Charles use the prince and princess titles for their children. These titles don't come with benefits other than merchandising opportunities, which seems to be Meghan's focus. The kids don't understand anything about serving the monarchy, as they aren't receiving the necessary training which would require them to be in Britain. Additionally, if someone with a title becomes a citizen of another nation, they lose their titles. Holding a title means that the person has certain obligations to the monarch. If someone takes up citizenship in another country, it involves pledging loyalty to that new country, which clearly creates a conflict of interest. As for Archie and the Duke of Sussex title, it's not completely clear what will happen. I do know that if Harry becomes a US citizen, he would lose the title. If Harry were to pass away and the family is living in the UK, then Archie could inherit it. However, if Archie isn't living in the UK, it's uncertain whether he would still inherit the title. But again, if he's living in the US, the title wouldn't hold much significance or come with any financial benefits. In other news, let's touch on Meghan and Harry's recent downgrade on the royal family's website. This happened just days after Meghan launched her new business, American Riviera Orchard, where she uses her title, the Duchess of Sussex. But really, who's going to buy jam, honey, mugs, or anything else from her after all the drama and trouble she and Harry have caused, especially during the late Queen's final year? After Meghan launched her new online shop right before William was handing out the Diana Awards, I think they got off incredibly lightly. They really deserve to be removed from that website and to have their titles taken away. The way they've treated the royal family is just appalling. And I can't believe Harry thought he could just step back in while his father and Catherine are ill, especially after that awful book attacking his father, Camilla, his brother, and Catherine. He thinks he can just waltz back in. What is wrong with him? So, in my opinion, demoting them is definitely the right move. What did they expect after everything they've done? They were the ones who decided to leave the royal family because they no longer wanted to fulfill those duties. They said they wanted privacy, yet they appear on TV and write books attacking the royal family. At the same time, they cling to the titles given to them by the very establishment they claim to despise, using those titles to make money. The titles should be removed so they can move on with their lives without the burden of royal duties. Harry seems to care about being a royal only when it suits him, and Meghan comes across as narcissistic and greedy. Why should they keep their royal titles if they are not active royals? What Harry did to his grandmother, the late Queen, and to the country is unforgivable. The attacks didn't stop even after Her Majesty passed away, they got worse. King Charles should have already stripped them of their titles and washed his hands of the two. I have to admit, on some level, I do feel a bit sorry for Harry, not right now, but just think about his future. Imagine what his life will look like when he's around 50 or 60 years old. He might be even more miserable than he is today. If his children are real, they might not have a good relationship with him by then, and he'll be distant from the only people who ever truly cared about him. Meghan Markle might not even be in his life anymore. Life can be incredibly tough, and Harry might find himself in a very difficult situation. Plus, Americans really love Britain and the royal family. It's tough to watch Harry cause so much upset, especially when he shares private family matters publicly, trying to make his own family look bad. Despite being smaller than many US states, the UK has truly left its mark on the world, something I greatly admire. For instance, the UK gave us incredible inventions like the jet engine, the train, and the flushing toilet. We can also thank Britain for the World Wide Web, stainless steel, vaccinations, radar, the telephone, television, the laptop, and the ATM. The list just keeps going. Moreover, Britain invented many of the world's favorite sports, such as football, boxing, and golf. It's also the birthplace of 5 of the top 8 best-selling authors and 5 of the top 9 music acts that have sold the most records ever. In 1940, they stood bravely on their own. They also lost 1,000 men defending the US after 9/11s. I hold deep respect for Britain for all these reasons. Now, all I aim to do is reveal the true colors of those fake royals in America. They're nothing but trouble, don't you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you find my video helpful, please like and share it with anyone you think would enjoy it. Thanks so much for watching, goodbye, and I can't wait to catch up with you in my next video.